Friends, welcome. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I can't even tell you. It is December the 16th, Saturday, noon Central. If you're watching this at that time, then I'm live. If it's any other time other than that, then I'm not live, okay? We're gonna have a blast today. Not only for the next hour am I going to be showing you my top hacks to completely unravel the guitar neck. Going to be giving away over $3,000 worth of goodies, and oh yeah, I have some surprises for you as well, because I'm going to be giving away yet some other stuff that I haven't even mentioned, okay? I'll talk about that in a minute, okay? But let me tell you, let's go 30,000 foot view down, and then we'll drill in, we'll get into the minutia of the hacks, okay? But it's going to go like this. I'm going to be with you for 2 hours today. The event is technically about an hour, but I'm going to go a whole nother hour to answer questions and yet to give something else away. So this is how it's going to go. I'm going to give you a brief overview here in just a minute. We're going to go over the PDF, that sort of thing. Some points that we need to make before we start. Okay, so there's that. For the first hour, I'm going to be teaching the lesson. At the half-hour mark, I'm going to be giving away some lucky winner, somebody who has registered. As I've been telling you guys for the last 20 days or so about this, okay? Gonna win a lifetime membership to YGS Platinum. It's our brand new, it's a $1,200 product. It's insanely amazing. It's literally got so much in it. I mean, it's a lifetime of lessons. You're never going to need lessons again. Anyhow, that's going to go away in a half hour. Then at the 1 hour mark, I'm giving this beauty away. I still have the little plastic wrap on here. So whoever wins this, you know, you have to take that little plastic wrap off of this thing. So I left that on there too, because I've been hitting this thing, man. It's been amazing, right? So this is going away at the 1 hour mark. This is a brand new, I forgot what they call it, but it's like mint, like a minty, you know, bluish, turquoisey, I don't know, not turquoise, but it's beautiful, right? It's a player strat. It's the most popular guitar in the world right now. This guitar right here. I'm going to be giving it away at noon. I'm also going, or at 1 o'clock-ish, I'm also going to be giving away a Zager acoustic. Now this is their 900 series. We're going to be giving away a different model. This is their top of the line. And this is one that Zager reached out to me and was so pleasantly surprised by this guitar. It's absolutely amazing. I'm going to give it its day in the sunlight. So, but just FYI, it's insane. If you're looking for an acoustic guitar, let me present the Zager to you before you do it, because it's absolutely amazing and I'm absolutely in love with it, okay? Okay, we have nearly 200 people in here, friends. Hit that like button, share. Now here's the deal. Oh, hold on. 1 hour, I give the things away. Then I go for another hour for Q&A. Okay, so at about 1 o'clock mark, I'm gonna stay with you yet another hour, answer any questions that you have regarding the stuff that we're talking about and or anything else on the guitar, okay? I'm here to help you, okay? There's two things that I love doing in life. Well, there's many things I love doing in life, but two of my biggest things are helping others and playing guitar. So teaching to me just came very naturally, because I love taking what I know in my heart, in my head, and giving it to others. I just love that. So, I'm going to do that for you in any way that I can. Everybody is a winner today, because not only are you going to get this live broadcast, but we've given away, I don't know, at the end of the day, it's going to be over 40 products. Everything in our store we've been giving away. And I'll be giving yet something else away. But everybody is going to get 50 plus guitar lessons from me for free. via UGS standard / 365 guitar plan standard, okay? If you haven't been through those already, friends, you got to go through them, and they're absolutely free for you. I'll show you all about that. Okay, so let me take you very quickly to the PDF. Okay, so this is the PDF that we have created, and let me tell you what it's about. You need to download this, and you need to do it right now if you want to stick with the plan that we're doing here. Okay, so my top hacks to completely unravel the fretboard. It's gonna be super easy. Okay. We're going to talk about the basics. We're going to talk about springboards, adjacent string trick. We're all like stacking concepts on top of each other. All the stuff that you just saw me play just now, right? With all the different guitars, it's obviously all the same on every guitar, these shapes that I'm about to show you. I'm thinking about this 24/7 when I'm playing. So does every other pro, okay? And so when you stack these concepts on top of each other, friends, you will not get lost on the fretboard. You will know where you're at any point. It's not to say you can't make a mistake, but obviously this is going to help you navigate the neck unlike you ever have before, okay? We'll talk about the zigzag 145 zigzag bolt, L7, I got lots of names for it. The first 6 notes of the major scale. I want to talk about that because that will blow you away, a concept that I'm going to show you, okay? Check out the deals, friends. Check this out. This is... we have not had, just FYI, UGS Pro is on sale right now. It's the cheapest it's been, the most affordable in 3 years, okay? So normally it's $685, it's $377 today. You will instantly save $308. So if you've been looking at this, and I've had a lot of folks hit me up lately, and I said, just hold on, because I got something for you on Saturday. So FYI, when you go to your PDF, you're gonna see that December deals. Click on that, that's gonna take you to this. And you've got a single payment, you got 3 payments, all the stuff you need. YGS Platinum is also on sale, $200 off today, okay? There you go, and that's how many days you've got to get in to do this, okay? So there's that. UGS Standard, if you click on this, friends, this is that course that I'm telling you about that's 50 plus lessons for you. It says 36, I lied. It's a lot more than that. Because what I fail to always tell folks is that not only when you get UGS Standard, you get all these amazing guitar lessons. Folks, if you've been through UGS Standard, give me a thumbs up there, right? Thumbs up? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Give me a thumbs up there and let other folks know, yeah? Okay, anything else? Okay, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty of this here. In fact, we're gonna do it starting now, okay? Beautiful, 208 of us in here. Here we go. Okay, did I miss anything? Dear God, I hope I didn't. I hope I didn't, okay? But here we go, we're gonna jump into it now. All right, you should be looking at your PDF right now. If you're wondering where that PDF is, look in the description of the video. I believe we'll have it there. If not, Mike can put it in there or post it on the screen or something. Just, you need to get that PDF because that PDF is going to help a ton later on, okay? And we won't, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and look at it while we're doing this, okay? Okay, I'm gonna glaze over or graze over lots of this because we've got several concepts to cover here and I need to get things moving here, okay? So diatonic harmony is basically how harmony works on the guitar. Some of this stuff you're gonna find in UGS Standard, but the basics, I'll tell you the stuff that I want you to understand is that the musical alphabet is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There's no H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, okay? It just goes from A to G. And every note has a sharp except for B and E, okay? This is really important for folks that we're gonna be stacking concepts on here. If you don't have this part, the other parts aren't gonna make too much sense, okay? So musical alphabet, A through G, B and E don't have a sharp. If you wanna remember that, just remember that breaking an entry is not sharp. That's not smart to do, a breaking an entry, B, E. B and E don't have a sharp, okay? So now if you know the names of the open strings, E, A, D, G, B, E. Well, that's a big haul that I'm in there. Okay, E, A, D, G, B, E. So from the thickest string to the thinnest string, it goes E, A, D, G, B, E. You can remember that by Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie, okay? Now, if that's true, I want you to look right here on this low E string here, right? So the string that's on the very bottom there. If that is an E, and we know that E, B and E don't have a sharp, then E, and by the way, when we sharpen a note, we raise it up a half step, okay? So if this is an E, an open E, let's go back here real quick. This is an E, open E. Then if E doesn't have a sharp, and we're going to do this twice, because if you get this, you'll never forget the notes on the fretboard again. And you may say, well, that still takes a long time for me to know what this note is, okay? Because it's a sequential thing going up the fretboard, but I have tricks for you that we're going to get into in steps 2 and 3. Okay, so here you go. So open E. So remember, every note has a sharp except for B and E, so E doesn't have a sharp, so it goes straight to the next letter in the alphabet, which is F. Every note has a sharp except for B and E, so F sharp, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. G has a sharp because every note has a sharp except for B and E. And then we start over, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, then the cycle starts over again, right? So now we're at A. A has a sharp because every note has a sharp except for B and E. Here's B. Does B have a sharp? Nope, we just said it doesn't, so there's C, C sharp. Next letter in the alphabet's D, D sharp. And then at the 12th fret here, we have an E. Again, open E, E. So just E, A, D, G, B, E. We have E, A, D, G, B, E right here at the 12th fret. That's called a springboard. We're going to be talking about that in a minute. Let's do one other exercise here, one other round through of this so you got it, okay? So open A, that's my 5th string, right? And we're going to say A sharp. Next note is a B. Remember, B and E don't have a sharp, so straight to letter C. C sharp, D. You'll get real quick at this. If you just do this like a handful of times, you'll get real quick at this. D sharp, E. E doesn't have a sharp, so straight to letter F. F sharp, G, G sharp. And look, there's A again. Open A, 12th fret A. If we had a 24th fret, that would also be an A. So every 12 frets, it replicates, right? There's only 12 notes, including the sharps and flats. In any particular key, we usually have 7 notes, but we're talking chromatically, meaning all the notes, A through G sharp, then we have actually 12 notes, okay? So that's what I want you to know off of that particular, this particular screen here, okay? Real important that you read through that. The stuff you don't understand, don't worry about it because I talk about all this stuff in high detail inside of UGS Standard, which you're gonna get for free today. I said everybody's gonna win. Boom, there you go. That's what I mean. Everybody gets a course today, everybody. I don't like when the kids don't get their toys for Christmas or whatever. I don't like that. So I want to make sure everybody's happy, okay? This is some blank fretboards that you can do what I ask you to do right up in here to fill in the notes, right? Do that a few times. Write it down. It's important to do it. It's important to mess up because when you mess up, you realize what you did. If you don't write down, you don't know that you're going to mess it up. So mess up. It's okay, okay? Let's talk about springboards for a minute now. So you can read over all this stuff later on, but let's talk about this right here, okay? So springboards. So basically I showed you at the 12th fret, right? If you're looking at numeral 1 right here, those are the open strings, right? So look up right underneath there, E, A, D, G, B, E. So you can see the thickest string is the one on the bottom. We do that because it's lowest in pitch, okay? And you're working on up the neck, or I should say up the page. It's E, A, D, G, B, E, right? Now look at numeral 2, and that's the 12th fret, and that's E, A, D, G, B, E, right there at numeral 2, okay? Now, does that make sense? That's an octave. That's going an octave. That's like when you hear a scale. Keep going, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so imagine a piano. If you look at the piano, you really have 12 notes, but they keep repeating over and over again in multiple octaves, and that's what we have on every instrument. Okay, you have multiple versions of it. Okay, now if we look at numeral 3, if you've ever tuned the guitar by yourself, I teach this inside of UGS Standard, which you're getting today. If you've ever done this, if you've ever gone through this, tuning the guitar to itself, then you find that there are, if you look at these arrows, looking up right above numeral 3, you'll see an A. That A is pointing to another A. It's pointing to the open A string because those two notes are the same notes, right? If the guitar is tuned correctly, it will sound like that. So I'm hitting the 6th string now, and now the 5th string, and they sound the same. If we go to the D, you'll see the same thing there with that D. You're going to have D and D, okay? And same thing with the G, G and G. So 4th string, 3rd string. Now for the B, we have to go down a half step. Okay, B and B, you can see that. And the reason for that, friends, is the guitar is tuned to 4ths, except for that one, except for that string. It's tuned to a major 3rd, and that's so you can play all your full chords, okay? For those who are really analytical, very left brain, they get frustrated by that because they want everything symmetrical. Well, guess what? It's not like that. You can tune your guitar to it, but then you're gonna have a lot of difficulty with your chords because they thought about all this a long time ago. Hundreds of years ago, this is how the guitar was tuned, partially because of the lute, okay? Then if you go to the next one, you see an E, and that high E on the 5th fret of the 2nd string is a springboard. It's the same as the high E, okay? Now, why would you need to know this? Well, I'll tell you why you would need to know this. Number one, let's cover this first. Now, if you look at number 4, that's 1 octave up from those. So basically, it's the same notes, right? It's the same exact notes, just 1 octave higher. Now you may say to yourself, why would I want to know that? And that's a great question. Because if I say, hey guy, what note is this? You would say, well, Eric, that's easy. This is an E. Eric taught me that the musical alphabet's A through G. There's no sharps or flats in E, B, and E. So it would go straight to F. So that's easy enough. I can just easily say F, right? Or this note here, you could say, well, that's an F sharp, easy enough. Or this is a G, only takes a little bit. But if somebody asks you what this note is, you might go, oh, well, it's an E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp. So you'd figure it out that way, and that's fine, but the music's gone, and the note you were supposed to play, that moment in time in the song is gone already, so you missed it. So we need to be quick, right? So this is where it's helpful to know that this is an A, because we're tuning to the open A, so instead of having to do this whole length, I could just go, well, that's a A sharp, easy enough, right? And then here's another springboard right here, right? You can work backwards. So if somebody asks you what this note is, I don't have to go from here, or I don't have to go from this springboard. I can easily go to an E and say, well, this is a D sharp, also known as an E flat, but we won't get into that because that's just going to confuse folks right now. But basically, it's just a different name. It's like someone calling you by your first name or your last name, okay? They're both there for you, okay? All right, so you have springboard 1, which is your open string, your open, I wouldn't even call that springboard, just open strings, you got that. The octave up is a springboard, the 5th string is a springboard, the 17th fret is a springboard. Because anything that you play, if you add 12 to it, you can play the exact same thing. So if I take this chord, a C chord, and I move it up 12 frets, I get another C chord. And this works for every single scale, every single riff, every single melody, every single arpeggio. It's just a truism about the guitar. Make sense? Here's a D. Make sense? Okay, so now that's what we call the stationary springboards, okay? Now, let's do this. Let's go to some movable springboards. These are the ones I use all the time as well. So just notice number 1 here, numeral 1. This works, if you look at numeral 1, also known as number 1, and number 5, you'll see that those are the 5th and 6th strings. And there's a rule that says that if you want to find the octave of those particular notes, the only thing you need to do is go down 2 strings and up 2 frets. Down 2 strings and up 2 frets. So I want to show this to you first with a diagram, and then we'll get into the other, okay? So, or I'll show you physically on the guitar neck. So number 1, you go down 2 strings, you go up 2 frets, and there's an octave. Remember? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, do. Those are the same notes, they're just an octave away from each other. What's happening scientifically is that note is vibrating twice as fast. So if this is 800 hertz, which I don't know what it is, if it's 800 hertz, then this would be 1600 hertz. Actually, I think it went up 2 octaves. Nonetheless, it's we're splitting. It's basically like doubling the frequency. Okay, and then if you notice that the 2, you go down 2 strings and up 3 frets, then you land on number 3. And this is true for strings 4 and 3. Now, friends, I'm going over this stuff really quickly. You are going to pore over this PDF by yourself and really get the concepts, because you have to have that aha moment. You have to have that dopamine hit that makes you go, oh, okay. When that happens, that means it's set in cement and you're not going to forget it. But until you get that, it's not going to do that for you. So you really need that, okay? Okay. Okay, cool. All right, gotcha. All right, so now let's do this. Let's go, boom. Let me show you now. Okay, so if you start here on the 6th string, also or on the 5th string, this rule works the same. So here you go. And if you go down two strings, 1, 2, and you go up 2 frets, 1, 2, then you have an octave. So down 2 strings, up 2 frets. This also works the same with the 5th string. So here we are at the 5th string. And if I go down 2 strings, 1, 2, and up 2 frets, 1, 2, then there you go. That is also an octave. Okay, so that's the 6th and 5th strings. So same thing off the 4th and 3rd strings, but this time you're going to go down to up 3. So for instance, if we want a G, we're going to go down 2 strings, 1, 2, up 3 frets, 1, 2, 3. Those are octaves. Same thing will work, friends, if you go to the 3rd string. So here we are as a G, down 2 strings, 1, 2, up 3 frets, 1, 2, 3. That's why when you see me playing octaves, like I did in a couple of those solos, just using octaves. Or if I'm on the 4th or 3rd strings, make sense? Okay. Those are our octaves. Francisco says C, not T, but nice try. No, Francisco, it's actually T. In the US, that's how you do it. In different languages, they do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, not C. In different countries, they do it different ways, though. Okay, good. All right, so now the next thing, friends, is the adjacent string trick. So because of these things that I just showed you, to actually start putting it into practice, you're going to see a pattern here. If you notice the purple box there, that represents the first 6 notes of the major scale. And I'm actually showing you 2 things at once here. Boy, we're going to have more time than I thought. I'm blazing through this. That's fine. Maybe we'll just get to Q&A quicker and do some giveaways quicker and that sort of thing. Okay, so for instance, Let's do this. Let's start. You should have your guitars out too, by the way, and be doing this with me. Notice this. Let's look at the green arrow first, or the green box here. Those are the first 6 notes of the major scale, of G major scale. The red note is the tonic, representing G in this case, because this is the G major scale, also known as the G Ionian scale, or the A Aeolian scale, or the E Aeolian scale, or the, I mean, we could call it so many different things. It's also the A Dorian and what have you. All of our modes come from this. So if you understand this one scale, this is why I emphasize the major scale so much, it will absolutely help with everything that you're doing, okay? All right, so for instance, now I'm going to play on that green box there, I'm going to play the first 3 notes. So I'm going to play that red note, which is right there, and then I'm playing the 5th fret and the 7th fret. Now I'm going to go down 1 string and play the exact same thing. Okay? Now, why is that important? Well, because the main part that I want you to get from this is if you take anything and play this, now it's important that you understand this. It only works on strings 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, okay? Because of the little inconsistency we have with the tuning, we can't say do this from strings 2 and 3. The lick won't match exactly 2 and 3 and say strings 4 and 5. You'll have to retrofit it, okay, because of the way the tuning is on the guitar. So that being said, let's learn this concept first. Once you learn this concept, you can go ahead and do what I'm talking about, and I do that all the time. But if this is a super easy, like, let's get lots of great information from this with this one concept type of thing. I told you these are quick, easy, killer hacks that are going to help. So it's really important that you understand it this way. Okay, so if I play those first 6 notes, now if you look at the red note in the red square there, the red rectangle. By the way, friends, if you haven't downloaded this PDF, I believe it's in the description of the video. Okay, you'll need to do that. Okay, so now here I am at the red box, starting on the red note. You hear that's the same thing? It's the same exact set of notes. Now, if I take that blue box, or that purple box, whatever you want to call it, I come, it's the same 6 notes. And that's because of octaves, okay? But it also has something very specific to do with adjacent strings. So 1 and 2 will match strings 3 and 4, will match strings 5 and 6, okay? Very important to know, because all of a sudden, if you're playing in one part of the neck and you want to play in another part of the neck, you know what to play, because that's literally your pattern. This works for absolutely every single key, every single scale, every single chord, every single arpeggio, every lick, etc., okay? There are no exceptions. It just works that way, okay? Now, I'm going to do a giveaway, and then we're going to do the next part, okay? Now, I just did a couple things here. I shared with you, let's go backwards right here. I didn't share the zigzag bolt yet. We're going to do that. But this is the adjacent string twick. It's the adjacent string twick. But then it's also, if you, number 5 here, the first 6 notes of the major scale. Why this is so cool, friends, in my opinion, is because if I wanted to play a lick, like, if I wanted to do that, I have them all right there. It's the exact same lick. So any riff that I play, make sense? Boy, how easy is that? So really, when I'm soloing, this is where I get into minimalistic blues and talk about, if I'm just playing around here, then and I get familiar with this, then I'm familiar with this, and I'm familiar with this, and I'm familiar with the octaves up here. And all of a sudden you realize, well, hell, I'm playing all over the guitar neck. This is not difficult whatsoever. Make sense? Yeah. So, and I'm serious about that. You start doing this enough, you'll be like, well, dang it, that's literally the same thing all over the neck. Not disappointing, but in some ways you go, well, what else is there? You know, you'll discover there's other things as well, but this helps a ton. Okay. All right. Oh, folks, we have nearly 300 folks in here. Let's break that 300 mark. Go ahead and share this, friends. And easy for Quentin there with all his 10 fingers on the fretboard. Show people that raking thing, right? Yeah. So sometimes, yeah. Well, we'll do that with the Q&As. Let's stay on target here. I'll definitely do that. Let's go ahead and do a giveaway here, friends, because I love giving stuff away, and because we have one other concept to cover, we'll do that right after this. So now, here we go. We're going to do our giveaway for the YGS Platinum, friends. YGS Platinum is our newest product that we have, and it's literally absolutely everything in our store, man, everything. So you win YGS Platinum. You are getting all UGS Pro. This is YGS Platinum right here. You can see all day long. It's $11.97. Oh, and all by the way, here's $685 for UGS Pro. Again, $308 off today, $200 off this today. But this is everything that's in YGS Platinum. Now, some of these things are in UGS Pro, but YGS Platinum is for those folks who literally they're like, dude, I am sold out the guitar. I have the means to do it, and I never want to buy another guitar lesson again, and I love the way Eric teaches. You can see I even have a few other instructors in here like Joe Robinson, Corey Congilio, Jeff Duke. We got my beautiful wife here, Melissa Pierce. Ooh, what a hottie right there. Yeah, there's RJ Ronquillo, amazing slide player. We have Ultimate Worship with Dave Cleveland, Robbie Calvo as the phrase trainer, speed picking with Jeff Duke. Anyhow, I could go on and on and on, right? It's really, really cool, and it is, we're giving it away right now. Okay, and yeah, so there you go. Okay, so who is the winner? I'm going to show you. Let's see if I can do this right. Hey, right there. All right, so Luke Breeze. All right, Luke Breeze, you win the Platinum membership. How about that, right? I don't know, this is supposed to, I'm supposed to have like some sort of, and they do this, and it's supposed to like throw up sparks and stuff like that, but it's not doing it. You're like, Eric, you're a weirdo. Trust me, it normally does it. Okay, so my friend, I'm going to be reaching out to you regarding that. Okay, you'll be getting an email from me. Okay, all right, let's keep going. That's a $1,200 product, my friends. I'm not joking. We're giving away some amazing stuff. And again, if you share this on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, wherever, as long as you tag us, right? As long as you tag us, then you'll have yet another opportunity to win another course, a course of your choice from the store there, okay? So, yeah, let's keep going here, right? Hopefully I haven't missed anything, but yeah, here we go. All right, so back to this and back to this. Hold on, not the store. I'm gonna get to, hold on. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. There it is. Okay, so we talked about our 6 notes. Now the zigzag, 1-4-5, zigzag, bolt, L7. Now this is more important, in my opinion, for chords. But I use it all the time, and I use it for soloing as well, okay? But it's like this, okay? So notice the G here in the red, okay? Here's a G. And remember, if we go down 2 strings and up 2 frets, we get the octave, okay? Oh, hey, what have I done? Hold on, don't go away. All right, can't do that. All right, so notice this G right here, right? We can go down 2 strings and up 2 frets, and there's our octave, okay? But I want to show you something else that's very, very important. It's what I call this 1-4-5 zigzag, okay? And it's so important because if you know where the 1, the 4, and 5 notes are of the major scale at any point, you're only 1 note away from every other note. Also, the 1, 4, 5 notes are the most commonly used notes, the most commonly used chords, and so you're going to need to know where these notes are a lot. If you do this, it covers so much ground. You guys have heard of Pareto's rule, right? It's literally if you learn the correct 20% of the things, you can do 80% of the job. A lot of people, when they start playing guitar, they go and they try to learn all this other 80% stuff because they're like, well, that must be the important stuff, and then they end up only being able to do 20% of the job because they didn't really get a firm foundation. Learn to get the foundation, and that is the stuff that's going to move the needle the most, okay? Okay. So the 1-4-5, so important. So notice that right here we have a G. And if instead of going down 2 strings, what you're going to do is you're going to go down 1 string and you're going to go up 2 frets. So any note here off of the 6th or 5th strings, even the 4th string it works here. Again, this is great for finding chords. The note right underneath it is a 4. So this is the 1, right? So like if we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, the major scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Make sense? So here is do, re, mi, fa, sol. Let's count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay? So important to know where that 4 and 5 are at all times. The 4 is right underneath your index finger. It's right underneath the 1. And then if you go 2 frets up, there's the 5. Why, Eric, pray tell, is that important? You're making it sound like it's some big deal. Friends, it's huge. Why? Because if someone said, dude, okay, we're playing a 1-4-5 chord progression. Awesome. Okay, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to play blues, and we're going to do a 1-4-5 chord progression. Okay, well, in the key of G, okay, I'm ready. Because here's the 1. We said the 4 is right underneath it. We said the 5 is right underneath that. So if I wanted to... Right, there's my 4, back to my 1. Here's my 5, 4, right, or my chords. So important. If I'm soloing, here's my 1, here's my 4. If I know where my 4 and 5 are at, that's 3 of the 7 notes immediately that I know where they're at any point. So important. Here's my 1, here's my 4, here's my 5. I know it at any one point. Then the other 4 notes are only going to be 1 note away. So here's my 4, here's my 3. Here's my 5, here's my 6. All right. Here's my 1 again, here's my 7. So easy enough. So what happens is, you know the names of the notes. You know the springboards that I showed you using the octaves. You understand the adjacent string trick. Now I understand we just kind of went over these things quickly, but as you start digesting them and really get them assimilated into your minds and in your fingers and what have you, then all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh dear Lord, I'm really good at guitar. And you're going to be like sailing across the fretboard, finding it's going to start making sense to you, right? I was going somewhere with that idea and I somehow lost it. Okay, so, yeah, you're only 1 note away from all the other notes, right? You've got the adjacent string trick, then you've got those first 3 notes of the scale. And that just helps you to know where you're at. This doesn't mean that licks are going to come out, but once you know where you're at, where you can go, then the licks can come, right? And then it's going to help a ton. Okay, now that's everything on our PDF. So friends, we're ahead of schedule, which is good. Now, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna, I tell you what, I'm gonna get to some questions here because I do want to do the announcement, but most people, there's gonna be some folks who don't tune in until the 1 hour mark because they're used to what I typically do then. So I don't wanna do that quite yet. So what I wanna do is I wanna get to any questions you have. So if you have any questions right now, now's the time to ask. And I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna look to see what I can find, to see if there's any questions. And this will be available after, yes, this is recorded and will be available for you after. And I highly suggest watching it and making sure that you get all the details. Because friends, the only stuff that I am presenting to you today is the stuff that you are going to use non-stop. I could have taught 10 million different things today. The stuff that I'm teaching is the stuff that I absolutely know without a shadow of a doubt because I've been doing this for over 40 years now, taught over 10,000 I've taught over 10,000 one-on-one lessons. I've played a gazillion solos, a gazillion songs, and I understand that these are the things that I always experience. So unless I'm some weird anomaly, these are the things that you experience all the time, the things that you really need to know all the time. And if you don't know them, you're gonna be like literally just not understand how to get around the fretboard. And I assume that that's why you're here, is because you want to learn about guitar, right? Okay. All right. I'm looking. Seafoam green. Yes, thank you, John. It's seafoam green, I think. Rick Nelson, registration was all, so Rick may be new here. So Rick, we've had registration for the last 20 days or so. So this is literally the last day. So I don't even think we're doing it anymore. In the year 2525, the Zager guitar, that's right, Zager and Evans, they did that song, that's right. That's who built that guitar there, and it's absolutely amazing. Okay, looking for questions. If you got questions, now's the time. Steve Richardson, thank you so much. By the way, folks, I will put your message on the screen here let me see if I can make this bigger. That's real T9C here, so hold on. I'll make this bigger. How can I do that? Can I make it bigger? Yeah, I don't know. I could. I don't know why it's not bigger. Oh, here we go. Hang on. Boop. There we go. Okay. All right, now friends, I definitely will put your questions on the screen here. You can get the PDF in the first link in the description. Beautiful, thank you so much, Mike. And Jenny, yeah, last 20 days was how to sign up. Then again, friends, YourGuitarSage.com/giveaway. We probably should just have something there all the time for you guys so that you can sign up for these, okay? But we talked about doing this a little bit differently. I'm still looking for a question. We talked about doing these differently where maybe we're gonna be giving stuff away like all year long. So it's good to be signed up on that email list too. You're gonna be privy to all the other free stuff that we give out, okay? Yes, Christine, you can find the PDF later, absolutely. Okay. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Looking for questions. Okay. Okay. All right, hit me up with those questions. I'm looking. You guys might be, I'm all the way about almost at the end of the list here. So if you've written one here recently, I'm gonna see it, okay? We're gonna do those giveaways, then I'm gonna get to your questions. So we gotta see who these guitar winners are. Congrats, yes, congrats to our guy there. All right. No questions, which is good, I guess. That means you guys have this, right? No questions. No questions. No. Oh, here we go. Maybe. Okay. Okay. Put a question mark, friends. Any courses on rock in plan? Yes, there are questions on rock. I mean, there are courses on rock. And in fact, friends, listen, this is from our Facebook group, from our Facebook folks, because we have folks watching on Facebook as well. Yeah, there's rock, there's blues, there's, jazz. If you go to the store, you're going to see all what's included. So we have these separate courses. We've broken them out since we understand some folks don't want to learn maybe blues or something. Maybe they just want to learn swing or jazz or something like that, or fingerstyle. So we've broken some of those courses out, but you'll see, it'll say in there, in UGS Pro. So you'll see the ones that are in there and the ones that are not, okay? Where in UGS can I learn how to impromptu, okay, with others recognizing keys? Lisa, the whole course is based on this, right? But how you can learn to improvise is I think what you're wanting to do. Improvise, I would start with minimalistic blues. That's going to be one area. Recognizing keys, I would say look in the Circle of Fifths course that I have inside of UGS Pro. Those are both going to help. Dear Lord, I really wish that I could get the text size bigger on this, man. The heck? How can I make that text bigger? Hang on there. That's unfortunate. I don't know. Hopefully you guys can see that, right? All right. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Text size? No? Where? Yeah? You think it would be someplace really quick. Here we go. I don't know. I think that helped a little bit, right? Okay. So the question is, okay, we got that one. So can the opening riff of Smoke on the Water be the same as what you were talking about with the green squares? Yeah, so if we're like, right, or however you play it, right, all those notes. Right, so we could say that's right? So it's all the same thing. It's just now I'm using the adjacent string trick. I'm using the 6 notes, and it's all part and parcel, okay? So some people say, well, how do you know when to use this? How do you know when to use this? Friends, these are universal truths on the guitar. So like they're all true, and all the time they're true. Make sense? Okay. Okay. Holger, hello Holger, you mentioned that you also train the notes on the fretboard without your guitar. I have difficulties with this. How do you imagine the fretboard, front view or from the top view, like playing? I tell you what to do, Holger, is on this, what I want you to do is I want you to imagine the fretboard like this, because usually when you're looking at any sort of anything about the guitar, they're saying the fretboard is that way, you know, because it's like you're looking down at it, you know, and that 6th string is closest to you. So that's how I want you to think about it. Does that make sense? Let me know if for some reason that does not answer that question for you, okay? Okay. Okay, best way to memorize the strings with pick when you have to small hands to rest on the guitar. I mean, without looking. Yes. Okay. So Amanda, the ways that I've told you here, also using your pick to feel the strings, or just take your hand, lay it on the guitar, and feel the strings. So I know if I just lay my hand on the guitar, my thumb is touching that 6th string here, and this finger is touching the 1st string. So then you use association to find the others. So that the one after the 6th string is the 5th and the 4th, and same thing with the 1st here. We know that this is the 2nd and the 3rd, and got all the strings right there, right? So now repetition is the thing that's going to make it feel like, oh, okay, now I'm getting it. But just knowing this is just, you understanding the concept is one thing. You actually getting it underneath your fingers is a whole nother thing, okay? Oh, thank you so much, Rocky. I so appreciate that. Okay, why is the note called an A minor if the scale starts on an A? Stafford, a note is just named a note, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever, okay? It's just known as a particular note. But when you're talking about a scale, what you're talking about is I'm trying to make, still trying to make this daggone thing bigger here. What you're talking about, let's just make it bigger, yeah, a little bit, is you're talking about the construction of the scale or the construction of the chord, okay? So it's like if you said, I don't even know of a comparison. The A is the name of the note. A minor refers to something else other than the A. It refers to a formula. So in the case of a chord, it would be an A, or it would be an A, a C, and an E, or a 1, flat 3, 5, okay? Same thing with the scale. It has a certain formula. Does that make sense? So, yeah. If I say any more about it, it'll just get confusing, okay? But Safford's in my program, so I know you'll hit me up, friend. Hit me up if that doesn't make sense. So what is your most advanced course, theory-wise? It's going to be UGS Pro. UGS Pro, my friend. Platinum is the way to go. Indeed, Wyatt. Okay. Hey, Eric, any advice for busy dads if 5 minutes in a day is the only time available to practice? Dallin, yes. Here's what you do. If you only have 5 minutes to practice, then only practice one thing and don't expect too much from it. Just have fun during those 5 minutes, but hyper-focus for 5 minutes, okay? But I think you got more than 5 minutes. Like, for instance, my son was sick the other night. I just sat with him because he was throwing up. It's like 2 nights ago. And he was just all night. So I knew I wasn't going to sleep. So I said, buddy, I'm just going to sit here next to you. So I was playing guitar until like 3 o'clock in the morning. And then my wife came in and relieved me, and we took shifts. But nonetheless, that was several hours I got in there, and he loved it. He loved me playing the tunes. So, yeah. But focus on one thing. Don't try to do several things in 5 minutes. Just not going to help. The last part you showed, 145, it's always so hard to see what strings you are pressing. Were you barring any so you didn't have to move your fingers so much? Okay, this is what I was doing, friend. I was doing this. So if this is the 1, then the next string down is the 4. 1, 4, go up a whole step, 5, okay? If you want the octave, you go down 1, or here's 1. You're gonna go down 2 strings, 1, 2, up 2 frets, 1, 2. That's an octave. Make sense? Okay. It's a great question. Oh, beautiful. This is my favorite one yet. Learn more in minutes than years. Ah, I love it. I want to buy. What to buy if I'm a total beginner? Kelly. Well, here's the deal. That's a great question, Kelly. Now, we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. So what I would tell you is, because we have literally not made this program this affordable it's been over 3 years, okay? In over 3 years, I would say take advantage of $308 off. It's a real $308 off. There's tons of folks in here who have bought that program for $685 over the years, okay? So you're literally getting $308 off, not joking. And so I would take advantage of it. We have a 60-day money-back guarantee, so if you don't like it, just tell me, and I'll be like, you get 100% of your money back. I want happy customers. I don't want people who are mad at me saying ugly things about me online, because number one, it's not true, so, and why would I want that, right? I want people to be happy. So, so Kelly, I would definitely take advantage of the deal that we have today. Obviously, if you have the means to do it and you want it, you want all the goodies, the bells and whistles and everything. YGS Platinum is literally everything that I build in the future is gonna go in there. So not only do you get all the courses today, you get all the courses going forward that we're putting inside of UGS Pro, okay? And not in UGS Pro. So literally, like I have courses, some courses that are in UGS Pro, you would get them automatically. So that's the best way to go. Okay, Mental Cog is saying, do you ever play out with friends? We're gonna do the giveaway here in less than 5 minutes, okay? Do I ever play with bands? Yes, I do. My current band is called Gabriel the Bull. We're on all the places that you can stream music, so check that out. But I've played in many bands over the years. Okay, any more cool licks using the hacks? Every single lick abides by these rules. So that's a pretty generic, a pretty broad question. Every single lick abides by these rules, okay? Is there a time to go over a little bit of the caged method? Yes, later, okay? Because it's a bit of a bite. So Herb, if you would, hit me up after the giveaway, and then we'll go over it, okay? Does this Strat come with a secret dust? It does. It does, friend. It's been played a lot. I've worn this guitar out, so whoever wins this guitar is going to get all the juju that comes with it, okay? Okay, and all diatonic modes can be represented as mixtures of pentatonic modes. How do I reconcile this? Soham, it goes like this. If you understand that the major scale is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the pentatonic scale is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Yeah, we're leaving out the 4. We're leaving out the 7. We're leaving out those two notes, okay? If you just understand that and then apply that to the modes, then you're set. You just don't include those two notes. Does that make sense? What's the best way to break out of the same old riffs? Michael, if you don't have a program, if you don't have new stuff coming in, there's not a way. You know, you can just sit with the guitar and hope that something new comes in, but you need inspiration. You need to listen to something else. You need to be shown something else that's gonna, you know, gonna bring you there. Okay, let's go ahead and do a giveaway, and then we'll get to more questions, okay? All right, let's do it, friends. Who's gonna win? Now, I'm gonna do the Zager guitar last because the kind folks at Zager are sponsoring. I say sponsoring, meaning they're giving us a guitar. And I think that is just the kindest ever. And so, and I'm so pleased that I love the Zager guitar, because there's nothing worse than having a really nice company who has a product that's not good, and like, I just don't want to, I mean, like, no matter how nice they are, I'm not going to be like, this is a great guitar, get it, because they gave it to me for free. I don't do that. That's why you don't see me doing lots of endorsements. I don't do very many at all, because I have to be in love with something, and I am in love with this guitar. I'm in love with these Zager guitars, and I'm going to be telling you more about them as the time goes on. That being said, they're going to be our last giveaway. Here we go. We're going to give this beauty away. You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Drum roll. Here we go. You ready? Here we go. And drum roll. The winner of the Fender guitar is Mark Halade. Is that how to say that? Mark Halade? Yeah. Okay, beautiful. All right, my friends. So we'll leave Mark's name up there for just a moment. And Mark, we're going to reach out to you, okay? So you'll be getting an email from me. Friends, if you see anything other than an email directly from me, well, that's why we announce it here, okay? If you didn't see your name on here, you didn't win. I'm sorry. But everybody is getting UGS Standard today, 50-something lessons, okay, for absolutely free. Okay, so there's that. All right, and now the winner of the Zager guitar, it's not this particular one, okay? It's a different Zager. It's a different acoustic guitar that will be shipping directly from them. But here we go. Here's that Zager winner. Get ready. And we haven't given everything away yet, friends. Let me tell you that. So once I announce this, we're still going to give away yet one other thing to somebody who has posted online, who has tagged us, okay? I'll tell you about that again in a minute here. Here we go, Zager. Stuart Maine wins the Zager ZAD 20E guitar. It's a acoustic electric guitar, okay? Beautiful. All right, fantastic. All right, here we go. Let's keep going here. Now, I'm going to take your questions for the next hour, okay? We're right at the 1 o'clock mark. I'm going to take them for the next hour. Any questions that you have about guitar, anything that you need, I'm here for you, friends. Again, if you have not downloaded the PDF, you need to download the PDF because in this PDF, you're going to find the deals. And if you have been looking for guitar lessons, friends, this is the most affordable. We have done this in over 3 years. I said it, okay? In over 3 years, this is the most affordable that we have made this program. $377. It's normally $685. We sell it at that price literally all day long, okay? So there you go. That's for real, man. I'm not playing there. We're very serious about getting this in the hands of as many people as possible because we want you to excel at guitar. Okay, so let's talk about the related minor scale. Stafford is saying. Stafford, so here's a concept, friends. I've said it, the two scales you need to know are the pentatonic and the major. You need to know the pentatonic just because it's a very stable scale, it's easy to improvise in, and you just got to know the major, the pentatonic scale. You can use it major or minor. Same thing with the major scale. You can use it major, minor. It's all the modes wrapped into one. So just learn the major scale and then learn it the way that I teach it inside of UGS Pro, because you only have to learn one scale and then you know it in 12 different keys. And you also know all the modes. So now you got 7 times 12, that's 84 scales at your disposal. And that's not even including pentatonic. You literally have 84 scales by just learning one scale, because you understand if I can show you how to use it, right? It's like someone handing you a Swiss Army knife. You might say, well, that's great, but over here I got a screwdriver and I got a knife and I got a magnifying glass and all these things. And it's like, great, you carry all that stuff along with you, or just carry the Swiss Army knife and know how to use it, and this way you can do whatever it is that you want to do. Same thing, okay? But the major scale, there's the major scale, goes like this. That's major, G major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. For every major scale, there's a related minor. For every minor scale, there's a related major. And they share the exact same set of notes, but the way they start and end is different, or the way that you play them. Okay, so meaning you waking up cranky on one day is the same you waking up happy the next day. Okay, so it's the same you, but it's like, how is your disposition? So in the same way here, if the C major scale is C, A, or C, D, E, F, G, A, D, C, so no sharps or flats. Well, the relative minor, related minor you'll go down 3 half steps, and that's your A. It's also the 6th note of the C scale, and you just play that from A to A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. No sharps or flats. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Same notes. See, I'm just using both scales there, overlapping them. It's the same notes. Okay, great. Okay, super sticker. Oh, thanks so much, man. Oh, thank you, Bill, for the donation. Super cool. How about some easy Christmas songs? That would take too long, Dennis, and I have plenty of them online for you, my friend. I have quite long fingernails, so is integrating the thumb going to hinder my progress? Well, now, here's a concept, depressed guitarists. You can cut them. You can cut them. So I would cut them unless for some reason, you know, now if you're talking about this, okay, what is integrated, the thumb is going to hinder my progress. It depends what hand you're talking about. If you're talking about the fretting hand, the thumbnail should be fine. You know, you're not going to be, it's never going to impede you. Now these fingers, the other 4 fingers, you definitely would want your fingernails cut for, okay? You definitely want to do that. As far as the picking hand, you know, I use my nails. Some folks do, some folks don't. Can you over practice? Not if you want to be good. No, you cannot over practice. Okay. Now you could benefit from a break. Okay, meaning like you're playing and then you're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and it doesn't really help you, and you've got to take a break sometimes. That's helpful to do, but you can't over practice. No. Also, I mentioned to you guys that that I am going to give away yet another course. So if you share this on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, share it and tag us. Tag at YourGuitarSage, and we're going to pick a winner. And let's say, say maybe like the 145 area or so, I will announce another winner, okay? Or Mike will, or somebody will, okay? Okay. Okay, and Kelly, we answered this one. What course to purchase if I'm a complete beginner? I definitely would do UGS Pro today. You're just literally getting everything that you would ever need for the rest of your life, and you have a 60-day money-back guarantee. So let's say you get in it, you don't love it. That's not going to happen, but if it should happen, my friend, do it. Tell me, and I will give you 100% of your money back. No fees taken out, no nothing. It's just like 100% of your money back. You get to test drive it, okay? Okay. All right, JD is joining late. Merry Christmas. Can you decode the color code from the adjacent string trick, color of the notes and the shading? Thanks. Yeah, so JD, so here you go. Basically, it goes like this. Now, the colors are just there to differentiate things, okay? That's just there to differentiate. That's all. The red doesn't mean anything more than the purple or the green. It's just showing you that these are the same sets of 6 notes. That's all. Okay. The red note, however, is the tonic. It's the root of the scale. And that's important to know. You got to know that at all points, right? So that's that. All right. Nice. Lisa just got Corey's course. Beautiful. Okay. When you change from a G to a G7, for example, how do you know which note to change? Some sort of thing, changing an A to an A sus2. Frank, you know it because you understand the construction of the chord. And I go over all of this stuff in massively high detail inside the course, inside of UGS Pro. Okay, I do it multiple ways. I do it on a whiteboard with these magnets, with these different colored magnets, which is super helpful. And then I show you just in the chord itself. So many, many, many different ways you're gonna see this. Why many different ways? Because one person's gonna learn it good from one way, another person's gonna learn it great from another way. Also, the more different ways that you see something, like looking at a sculpture. If I'm looking at a sculpture and I'm looking at it from this angle, I'm gonna see one thing. If I walk around it and look at it from another angle or walk around the whole thing, I'm gonna get an entirely different perception, right? Okay, makes sense? So, so when you go from a G to a G7, and I have videos for this on YouTube, but obviously inside the program, it's like basically how to double your chord vocabulary. To just take any major chord or any minor chord, take the octave and drop it down a whole step. So if you wanted to go G to a G7, that's a G. I'm gonna go down a whole step to an F, so there's my G7. Does that make sense? Okay. What do you think of battle ends and down goes Charles' father method for finding notes on the fretboard? I don't know what that is, friend. I'm sorry. Is it more important to learn by ear or by using tab and music sheets? Okay, yes. No, here's the deal. My opinion is ear is the king, because at the end of the day, if you just have your guitar and it sounds good, music is an aural sport, right? So you're using your ears, so very important to hear. I know there's plenty of great blind musicians, right? They're not reading, they're not doing any of that, they're just using their ear. So more important, I would say, if I had to choose, definitely ear. But that being said, you can get tons of information from tab. I use it all the time. And reading music, I do a little bit. If you read music a lot, you'll be good at it. If you don't read music a lot, you won't be good at it. There's no trick to reading music. It's just repetition. It's like reading a book. It's why kindergartners can't read very well, or they read as good as they can because they've only had so much practice, right? So many hours of practice. Whereas an adult who's had hundreds and thousands of hours of practice, it's easier for them, right? Make sense? Okay. I'm seeing some questions repeated, so I won't mention them again, okay? The Bear fan. I was a little slow and was not able to make it to the pool on Instagram, but wanted to remind people of YourGuitarSage for the blog. Oh, yes, thank you. We have an amazing blog there, friends. Sign up. Definitely sign up with UGS Standard, and then you'll be privy to all the other stuff that we have. You can always unsubscribe, super easy. We don't mess with people, man. You're so welcome, Roby. So kind. Thank you. Okay, adjacent string trick. Trouble reaching from the 3 to 7. Any tricks? Assuming you can just the 3 and 5 until you get better. Well, you can do different things, right? You could go. But I use my pinky. Now, it will be awkward at first because you just haven't practiced it. Anything that you haven't practiced, you're not going to be good at, okay? Basic bodily functions are about the only thing that we're good at first. But every other thing we learned to get on our stomach, we learned to crawl, we learned to walk, right? We learned to run. So all those things were major, major milestones. And if you don't treat guitar the same way, which is way harder, right? If you don't treat it the same way, arguably harder, then you're really not being kind to yourself, because it's not, it all takes practice, right? I won't even say it's hard, it just takes practice, it's time, energy, What string gauge do you recommend for a Gibson 335? I use 9s. I love 9s, and I use 8s on my Strats, on my Fenders, because it's a longer scale. Okay. Beautiful. Sitting here practicing some of Joe Robinson's fingerstyle lessons from UGS Platinum. Nice, Wyatt. Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, so let me tell you a real quick story. I went from, I saw the 335 question again here. I went from playing 10s on everything to renegotiating and going, man, it's been years since I've played 9s, and I've never played 8s, so let's try it. So I talked to Greg Ellis, my guitar tech, who's now, by the way, the head guy at Carter Vintage Music. So congratulations, Greg Ellis, my personal guitar tech and a good friend of mine. I love the guy. He's amazing. So when you're in Nashville, go to Carter Vintage Music, ask for Greg. He'll set you up with anything you need. It's amazing. Make your guitar sing. Why did I say that? Oh, because I said to him, I said, man, I think I want to try some different gauges. So he said, this is what I recommend. So we did that. 8s on the Fenders and 9s on the Gibsons. And friends, so much easier. I can't even tell you. And tone, maybe even better. I don't even, I definitely can't hear any difference there. So that being said, so much more fun to play, to bend. I can play longer, just on and on and on, okay? Okay, aside from filing down the bridge and tuning down tuning, how else can I soften the touch of my 12 string? Mikkel, I would have a guitar luthier take a look at your guitar, but you can adjust the truss rod, okay? I wouldn't file down the bridge. You can really get into, if you don't know what you're doing, I wouldn't do that, and I've been messing with guitars for over 40 years. I would not do it, okay? So I would say get with a luthier and have them do it, okay? Okay, what to use to keep hands from drying out? Well, coconut oil is really good. Having a humidifier in your house, that is really good. Making sure you're, getting a good amount of healthy oils, which would be, in my opinion, this is what I take, not saying you need to, but avocado oil and coconut oil are some of the betters. Things like canola and seed oils, bad. Yeah. Okay, vitamin E works for the skin. Yeah, it absolutely does. Thank you so much, Grandpas. So you can use absolute truths anytime and in combination. Yes. Okay, using your method, can you show us how to incorporate power chords into the equation? Bill, so any place you have a note, that's when you can build a power chord on top of it. So Bill, let's say I was playing, and sorry for the over reverb here, man. In fact, maybe I won't mess with it. So for instance, if I wanted to play Best Friend's Girl, right? It's a 1, a 4, and a 5. I don't know what key it's in. I think it's an F. So I'm using power chords for the 1, and the 4, the 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just taking the bass note and then playing the power chord. Make sense? Let me know if that doesn't answer your question, friend. Rocky, easy beginner Beatles songs. Here's what I want you to do, Rocky. Number one, Rocky Raccoon is one of my favorite Beatles songs, and that one's fairly easy. I mean, it's got some bigger chords and stuff in it, but it's the same thing over and over and over again, so very easy. And I teach that one on YouTube along with a ton of other Beatles songs. Just search YourGuitarSage Beatles. In fact, if you want to learn a song from your favorite artist, just search YourGuitarSage Elvis, YourGuitarSage Doors, YourGuitarSage Muse, whatever. I don't think I have any Muse songs out there, but there you go, okay? She loves you, somebody said. No, can't buy me love, okay? All right, so a scale is a combination of notes. It's exactly right. Hide your love away, somebody's saying. Day tripper, someone's saying that. That's an easy one. Thank you so much, Matt. So kind. So good to see you again, too, buddy. Thank you so much, Dennis. Very kind. Yeah, because of your course, I now have an addiction, but I have the complete support of my wife. Oh, I love it, Steve. You're so welcome, Amanda. Yep. Michael, for pro members, do you credit the pro price towards the platinum price? Michael, yes. Basically, if you are already a UGS Pro member, we will give you a $400 coupon towards platinum. And we've had a ton of UGS Pro folks go platinum. Because of that, because of the $400 coupon. So it's a great way, even if you've been gifted the course, like if someone won the course today and they really want to get into platinum, we would honor that. If you've been gifted the course, like if you've won it in a giveaway, or we do a lot of stuff for charity, like we'll give to a charity or whatever, and people will auction it off and to support the charity, and so we would honor that as well. Okay. or if you want it in a broadcast like this or something, okay? Hey Eric, at the end of this, can you do 3 easy Christmas songs to end the season right? Probably not, Dennis, just because it takes so long. But again, I have lots of Christmas songs on there, okay? So briefly, relative minors and the circle of fifth are the same. No, but it's all part and parcel. So like for instance, if you want to use the circle of fifths, which I have a whole course for that inside of UGS Pro, and it will absolutely blow your mind. You'll be like, oh my God, I totally understand this stuff now. And it will show you which note, what's the relative major, what's the relative minor, okay? Absolutely. Okay, is the 3-string diatonic scale patterns more preferred way of using the diatonic scale patterns? No, not per se, Ron. And really when it comes down to stuff like this, this is what I've found. Anybody that says, you got to do this, you got to do that, I'm always kind of cautious. I mean, yeah, do I have videos like that? Probably. But I'm telling you, if they're coming from me, I'll be like, if I say these are the only 2 scales you really need to know, then yes, I mean that, pentatonic and major. But like when it comes to 3 strings per, you know, this is what he means. So like 3 notes per string, you know. Then we have at least 3 notes per string. So I could go. Or. So that's like standard way, and this was 3 notes per string. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So some people like that because they're symmetrical and you can do different things. You know, you can do fun things that you might not be able to do with the other one. So I would say it's just really, honestly, what you desire, you know. Do I teach R&B and soul lessons as well as jazz? So I have a whole course inside of UGS Pro that's on swing, you know, swing like old school swing, and that is basically an introduction to jazz, because for me that's basically how I learned basic jazz playing. I'm not like a major jazzer. It's like it's its own thing, man, just like classical. But learning swing is so much fun. Oh my God, so much fun. And the way that I teach it in the program, you're gonna learn jazz, okay? But then we also have jazz courses. We've got Chip Henderson's jazz course, which is amazing. We have soul, R&B, and jazz visual jam tracks on the website. So we got lots of stuff. And honestly, theory is theory. So like if you're learning chord theory, you're learning scale theory, you're learning the circle of fifths, you're learning the cage system, you're learning bar chords, you're learning all these things. Friends, it's just music. So I don't care what genre you want to play in, it's going to work for all that stuff. So the stuff that I teach is universal, okay? And unless you're like unless you've been a jazz player for like 10 years or so, and you're just like, I really need to cut my teeth on some major jazz, I guarantee you, UGS Pro is going to have everything that you need. But if you are that player, then I would check into Chip Henderson's course that's on our website, okay? That's a buddy of mine who's a major, great jazz player, and I brought him in to do a course that's like top-level jazz, okay? Is Gabriel the Bull touring in 2024? We will probably do some shows, but I'm not sure about a tour. But friends, Gabriel the Bull, check him out. Check us out online, on Spotify, on all the places you could stream music. That is my band. If you dig Spanish guitar, surf guitar, cowboy guitar, you know, that sort of thing, you will love Gabriel the Bull because it's super cool stuff, okay? What are the first 3 songs you to suggest a beginner to learn? I would say Amazing Grace, which I teach you inside of UGS Standard. That's free to you today. If you download the PDF that's in the link that's in the description of this video, download that PDF, gives you free access to UGS Standard. You'll get over 50 videos from me for free, step by step, will change your life. That I teach you Amazing Grace. That's your first song that you learn. I would say another great song to learn would be Folsom Prison Blues, and another great song to learn, a little bit more advanced, but still just open chords and what have you, would be Alleluia. Okay, that's my suggestion to you. Okay. What is this? Brad was gifted a membership. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. How do you economize? Okay, how do you economize your movement on the fretboard for us with small hands? So it's okay to shift, right? It's okay to shift. But that being said, Jen, small hands don't make a difference. I promise you. I've posted so many videos of these little kids playing these big fat guitars, right? And you're like, well, how do they do that? It's because they're shifting their hand. So it's okay. Don't worry about shifting your hand, okay? The more you practice, the more you will learn. You'll get the dexterity and you'll understand. You'll get the strength in your hand and you'll be able to do things that you weren't able to do before, okay? I've noticed this, like when I'm big into yoga and meditation and that sort of thing, and what I've noticed is that once I do something enough times, you start becoming very efficient at it. So what took a lot of strength before now doesn't take any more strength because you've got the balance and you've got the technique down and what have you. Guitar is the same way, okay? Oh, thank you so much, Rock and Roll Cheese. I appreciate that, man. Grandpa's Music. Yes, I got lots and lots of Christmas songs. Search YourGuitarSage Christmas on YouTube, okay? Don't wham anyone with Christmas songs, please. I promise not to. Oh, Matt. Matt, my name is Matt, and I'm a riffaholic. Hello, Matt. Hello, Matt. That's great. All right. Yes, skip 2 notes. Exactly. Okay. Always wanted to try a Zager. Man, these are amazing. Do you recommend getting to know 1 bar of music at a time? I do, Jen, and I talk about this in How to Break Down a Guitar Solo, which is in UGS Pro, and How to Break Down a Finger Picking Piece, because I talk about this. Friends, if you understand this concept of breaking things down, I always think it's, whenever I say it, I'm always like, are they going to think this is stupid? But I find that the over 10,000 lessons that I've taught, that people just don't know it. They just don't think about it. Yes, they understand the concept of breaking something down. If I'm going to walk up a mountain, I can only do 1 step at a time. I can't jump to the top of the mountain, not yet. I will be able to one day, but not yet. So 1 step at a time, right? So that's with anything, right? How do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. Not that I want you to eat an elephant, but so 1 step at a time, 1 moment at a time. That's how we should be living life. 1 measure at a time, 1 beat at a time, 1 note at a time. And that's how to do it. You stack them up and you keep playing and you'll eventually get there. Unless you quit. That's the only reason why it wouldn't work, is if you quit. Oh, I love this. Thank you, Jesse. Love the courses, playing on and off for the last few years. Never really connected all the dots until I started the courses. Beautiful. Yay. Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. All right, alrighty. Someone must have won something there because there's lots of congrats. Alan, how do you win? We've been going over where to get entered. Well, the last 20 days or so we've had it. So, we have some new folks with us, folks. So that's probably what we're seeing here, is when folks are asking that, right? So everybody went to yourguitarsage.com/giveaway. That's where the signups were, and we'll have that in the future. If you get into UGS Standard, then you will. How do you claim UGS Standard? Here you go. Watch, friends. Very important that you look. Go to this document. What did I do here? Go like this. Go to UGS Standard. This is the PDF, the PDF that's in the link in the description of the video. So click on the link in the description of the video, and then you'll scroll down right underneath December deals. You'll go to UGS Standard. Okay. Once you do that, then you'll you will be able to claim standard, and which is over 50 videos from me, step by step, PDFs included. I'm not playing around. It's for real. And we've had hundreds of thousands of players go through this. It's absolutely changed their lives. Okay, so do it. It's gonna be awesome. Okay. Okay. YourGuitarSage, not even sure what they are, just saw them. What are the memberships on here for? Thought I was doing a cash tip, but they were memberships. Huh. Okay. Oh, I think I know what you did, DeBear fan. So those memberships are for, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Michael, I'll have Mike answer that if he's on here. Oh, YT, yes, they're YouTube channel memberships is what they are. Yes. Eric, why is it harder to fret an acoustic guitar? Is it because of the shorter scale? Yes, and usually you have thicker strings, and usually the strings are set higher on an acoustic, okay, because you're strumming, you're hitting them harder, so just naturally we want them to be further off the fretboard, otherwise you're going to get a lot of rattle and stuff, okay? Okay. Yes, thank you so much for that. Mike just put this in the description there, or in the feed, right? If you want to donate, if you feel so inclined, feel free to today. There's absolutely no obligation, of course. This is for free, and I love doing it, and I love giving stuff away and helping folks out, so there you go. Okay. William is saying, can you demo Travis picking? Yes. So Travis picking, it probably would be great for me to pick up this Zager, man. Let's do that. So, and unfortunately, my nails, at least my thumbnail, of course, is jacked. You guys have probably seen that before. I've got some deformed fingers and deformed fingernails because of arthritis that I had for quite a while in college. But so this is not going to sound very good because it's going through this microphone right now, but this guitar is insane, man. So this is what Travis picking is, and I teach this inside the course, right? So, by the way, friends, this is a Zager 900 CE, I think it is. It's a 900 CE, yeah. And good Lord in heaven above, it's so nice. So here you go. So Travis picking is when you take your thumb and you go back and forth between a couple of bass notes while your other fingers are playing like some sort of melody. So like, so like think about Folsom Prison Blues, right? If we did like hear the train a-coming, rolling around the bend. See, I'm going from the 6th string, 5th, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5. And then here I could go, and here I'm going 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. So we could do that. That is Travis picking. It's basically where your thumb is bopping back and forth between the bass notes instead of maybe using some of your other fingers to play those, okay? All right, great. Okay, Frank is saying, hi, I'm a strummer. I want to become a better player, and my dream is to write songs. Any advice, direction, how do I get better? Okay, yeah, let me tell you what to do. Number one, write. I mean, obviously, if you want to get better at something, you got to write. This right here is Songwriter Hit Mastery in the upper right-hand corner. That's my beautiful wife. She's on over 13 million records. She's a hit songwriter in Nashville. she doesn't live in Nashville right now. We travel back and forth, but she's written for Carrie Underwood, Keith Urban, Lady Antebellum. I mean, there's so many I could tell you. Garth Brooks, she has 2 or 3 songs with Garth Brooks. Yeah, so many tunes, and so many, like I said, 13 million. She's quite accomplished. She knows what she's doing. And so that's where I would start with that course. It's going to help you with lyrics. It's going to help you with melodies. It's going to help you with all, okay? And that is included in Platinum, YGS Platinum, along with everything else that we have in the store and everything that we're going to put in the store, okay? But man, when you're writing songs, here's the deal. If you don't want a course, then just learn a bunch of songs, of the best songs. Learn John Denver and Beatles and what have you, and people who were like these legit songwriters, and learn from their craft and start analyzing. But here's the deal. If you don't know what to be looking out for, a lot of times you're just not going to know what to look out for. You're not going to be able to bring it with you and put it into your own songs. That's what a course like Melissa's is for. Make sense? Thank you so much, Jetty. Great presentation and lessons today. Thank you for the PDF. You're so welcome. Yeah. Even though I don't know how to play a complete song yet, can I claim to be a guitarist? Absolutely. Absolutely, you can claim to be a guitar player. Don't let anybody tell you anything otherwise. It's, look, we're always going towards something. We never arrive there when it comes to these sorts of things. You can always get better and better and better, right? James is in 365. Is it synchronized with UGS? What week should I start taking intermediate UGS? Or should I just keep taking UGS beginner to intermediate? James, watch the welcome video inside UGS Pro because I lay it out perfectly for you. Don't go to intermediate if you haven't done beginner. Don't go to advanced if you haven't done intermediate. But there's some details in there, so watch that. And 365 guitar plans start on day 1. Okay? Whatever day that is for you, if you get in on Friday or Saturday, whatever, or start on week 1, I should say. Okay? And then proceed to the next week and the next week. I make it where you can't mess up if you just watch the welcome videos for those, okay? Any advice on how to learn bar chords? Dal, yes, watch my video on YouTube. I have a 2-part series. Search YourGuitarSage bar chords, okay? But you want to hyperextend this first finger, but watch that and watch the effing F chord. If anybody is a kind soul and wants to put that in the description, put that into put the link inside the comments, that would be great for Dale there. What did I call you, Dolly? How about Dale? Okay. Thanks, Dale. Sorry about that. Dolly? What? So yeah. Okay. Boom. Okay, are there courses for bassists? No. Now all the theory is absolutely going to work for bassists, but as far as like bass technique, no. How much practice per day for reasonable practice? A medium amount if you want to be a medium player, a little amount if you care to suck, and a great amount if you want to be a great player. Okay? That's all relative into what those things mean to you, but that's the answer. I know what you're looking for, but it can't accurately be answered because there's so many other variables that depend on it, you know what I mean? I mean, if you want to practice a half hour a day, that'd be cool, you know? Does not matter. Facebook or YouTube doesn't really, doesn't matter. Everybody gets UGS standard for free today, friends. Inside that PDF, everybody gets it today, okay? As far as who won it, you're going to have to look back because I don't remember the names, okay? Okay. For those of us with big bellies, the right leg posture rotates the guitar upwards, up towards the sky. Some with a strap. This makes the left hand rotate uncomfortably. What do you recommend? Roby, it is all going to be uncomfortable at first until you practice it more, okay? Bottom line. And you're going to have to work with your anatomy. And so if you got a big belly and it's pushing your guitar out of the way, obviously you're going to have to deal with that or deal with the belly. So one of the two. It's going to be one of the two. Make the belly smaller or keep the big belly, and you're going to have to reach out there or do something. But you got to work with your anatomy. There's not a trick to that, if that makes sense. Okay, Frank is saying, I joined late. Do you have a membership, a step up from pro? Frank, yes, we do. In the PDF that we have, you will find, okay, if you're a step up from pro, yes, we have a $400 coupon. If you're going from UGS Pro to YGS Platinum, which is everything that we have in there now and everything that we'll ever put in there, then you get a $400 coupon off from that. Yes, we will do that. You can either email me, eric@YourGuitarSage.com, or yeah, you can email me. If you're really interested in that, let me know, because we definitely are doing that for students, and we've had a lot of folks jump on over, okay? Okay. I love ABBA. I was playing a bunch of ABBA the other day, actually on ukulele. I've been playing a lot of ukulele lately. UGS Pro for $19.99? No. I would have to sell my house and sell my children, and no, not $19.99. It's over 1,000 videos. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Thanks, friend. Thank you, Wyatt. I so appreciate that. Why is that happening every time I do that? Okay. Oh, thank you, Frank. So kind, bud. Why is this doing this? Jumping around on me, man. Jumping around. Okay, when do you know when you've gone from beginner to intermediate? Well, if you're in my program, you just do the beginner stuff. And after you get through the beginner section, then you go to intermediate. That's how you would know. Otherwise, it's a matter of opinion, right? But usually I would say an intermediate player is getting into bar chords, so you're playing more than just the open chords. You understand how to use a capo. You're playing scales. Maybe you're doing a little bit of improvisation. You know, you're playing melodies and stuff like that. Like, those are some of the things that intermediate players are going to be doing. Okay. Okay. When singing and playing, I mess up the strumming rhythm. How do I fix that? That's fantastic. You need this course right here, singing and playing guitar. That's the one that you want. That's exactly what I teach in that, okay? Otherwise, if you want just like a quick kind of version of that, go to YouTube and search YourGuitarSage singing and playing. I think I might have a video for that. Obviously, it's not going to be as robust as that course. If you're in UGS Pro, that course is available to you for free. Okay, that course is in UGS Pro. So if you're in it, go there, okay? Okay. How to increase left-hand speed as an older student? To learn quicker licks are quite hard. It's literally repetition and focus. Now, economy picking is something that's very important to understand. I have videos for that on YouTube. Search YourGuitarSage economy picking. That might help, okay? But otherwise, it's repetition. But there are some things to know, right? It's the picking pattern. So those are things to know, and I talk about that in that economy picking video. 365 guitar plan, which, oh, by the way, if you buy UGS Pro, folks, we are packaging 365 guitar plan with it, and I have a whole series, 52 weeks of economy picking, okay? So that's a great thing to know, and I have a whole section inside of UGS Pro on economy picking as well. Okay. Ellie is saying, I've had a lot of fun noodling and trying to solo, but I find myself dissatisfied with my note choice and phrasing. It feels too plain or safe. How do I start developing more interesting melodic lines? Okay, here's what I want you to do. A few things. Learn other solos. Number one, go do that. Find some solos that you like, learn them. We learn to speak by hearing others speak. And if you were just set with a dictionary when you were 2 years old, you probably wouldn't speak at all, even though you had every word that there is, right? You wouldn't be able to, because you need to understand context and inflection and those sorts of things. So we learn 99% of everything through mimicking, at least when we're speaking. Same thing with guitar players, okay? So you gotta do that. You gotta do that in order to develop those licks. Also, playing the melody of the song and then embellishing the melody of that song is good. Call and response, these are all things that I teach inside UGS Pro. And pretty much anything that I'm talking about here, if you're like, I don't know if I want to get into UGS Pro yet, even though it's been the most affordable that it's been in over 3 years, and there's a 60-day money-back guarantee and all the rest. Even though I'm just going to ignore that, you could do that. That's fine. Then in YouTube, search for the same subject, and you're going to find something from me there, something small at least, you know, to get by there. You know. Okay. Nice, Don. Been playing for, okay, 76. Been playing for 7 months. Beautiful. Okay. What does Platinum offer? Platinum offers everything in my store. I won't pitch it or anything like that. You guys have access to it. I want to get questions answered here, Frank, but it's absolutely everything in my store now and everything that will be put in the store in the future. Everything, okay? So if you go to the website there, you will see, and it's $200 off today. Okay. Amanda, yes, if you've been through that course, then UGS Standard it's newer, so the information there, you're probably not going to have new information there, but it's a great way to get connected, okay? What chord can resolve a D major? It depends on what key you're in. If you're in the key of G, then the D resolves to the G, okay? If you're in the key of C, then that would be called the major 2 chord. If it was in the key of D, it would be the 1 chord. So it just depends, you know, every chord. This is why it's important to understand the numbers of the chords as I teach Nashville number system or just the number system, to understand what that chord represents, because, you know, so a 1 chord in the key of C is a 1, but it's a 4 chord in the key of G, and it's a 5 chord in the key of F, and those have 3 different, that the same C chord has 3 different roles in those 3 different keys. So it depends on what the tonic is. Very important to understand that. You're by the way, the only person who made me focusing 100% on the guitar. Thanks for that. Yay, thank you so much, Amanda. So kind. Oh, Eric, so I'm reminded of how you got us through COVID back in 2020 by holding lessons every day for weeks. Thank you so much for doing that. You're so welcome. That was so fun. Frank, $400 off. Basically, if you're in UGS Pro, we'll give you a coupon for $400 off, okay? All right, good. We're getting through these. Please put a question mark too if it's a question. I'll be able to scan it quicker, okay? Can major chords resolve to minor chords? If not, what can? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, think about this. Here's a major chord, right? So if I'm playing, say, like here, Gabriel the Bull tunes, man, we do this all the time. That's a major chord. It's also a 7th chord. Right? It's a B7 chord. It wants to resolve to the E minor. So yeah, definitely major chords will resolve to minor. Yeah. The answer is so UGS Pro will no longer be getting updates or adding lessons. Nope, it definitely will be getting updates and I will be adding lessons. But there are certain things, there are certain courses that are not going to go in there that are just like for instance, I just created like an 80 video dealio on lead guitar, blues lead guitar. That's its own separate course. Are we going to do the meditation thing again? Not today. But we did the kind of a non-guitar thing the other day where we did meditation and did all sorts of really cool stuff. So okay, good question, Kevin. Do you teach Jimi Hendrix style of improvisation and his style of chords and lead at the same time? Jimi was a genius musician. Kevin, yes, it's all part and parcel. Literally everything that I'm teaching in there, it's all part and parcel. Jimi was using all this stuff that I'm teaching, okay? So do I have a course dedicated to Jimi Hendrix? Nope. But when we're doing double stops, that's Hendrix. When I'm doing blues and I'm showing you all this stuff, pentatonic blues, double stops, this is all Hendrix, yeah. Thank you, James, so kind. Get the Pro, you will not regret it. It's absolutely true. It's 60-day money-back guarantee. At the very least, take advantage of the $308 off of that feeling of getting an amazing deal, and then if after 60 days you don't like it, just tell me, and then you'll have that feeling of getting something new. But I promise you, you're going to get into it and you're going to absolutely love it. Dude, this is my opus, man, right? This is what I've literally spent the last, decades creating. And you know, before the course actually came out, it was all in here, and I was teaching it to one-on-one students, and I was creating the PDFs, and well, how can I get this concept in this student's head, and how can I do that, and you know, and then teaching online and everything else. And so literally UGS Pro is everything, the way that I teach and my heart and everything. So it's like you just can't mess up with it unless you don't like my teaching. If you don't like my teaching, if I'm not your cup of tea, then that's okay too. But if I am, there you go. As a follow-up to the question you just answered, is it better to start on acoustic to strengthen your fingers? Nope, not better, but your fingers will most likely get stronger doing that, yeah. I've done 365 every year since it started as a refresher, and it's great. Yeah, we have folks who've been in there like 4 or 5 times now. It's fantastic. Do you have weekly or monthly YouTube lives? Okay, so here's the deal, Frank. I do 3 live broadcasts for just UGS Pro members. So in addition to all the stuff that you get inside of UGS Pro, I do 3 live broadcasts every single month. And we deep dive. So for an hour, you get your questions answered because we got smaller groups that we do it with. You can be one of them or all 3 of them, doesn't matter. And then for these broadcasts, where I do live to everybody now, I'm not doing as many because I'm really focusing on my students inside of Pro, inside of Platinum. But I do them. Like here you are, we're here, right? Okay. Oh, thank you, Bill. Thank you so much, my friend. I love it. I love it. You guys got some great questions, man. You guys are bringing it today. Are nylon strings better for beginner to learn with? Which is easier on young kids' fingers? That's great, Kyle. Yeah, absolutely. And this is one that I will say absolutely. Nylon strings are softer, they're fatter, so they don't dig into your fingers as much. So absolutely, start students on a ukulele or a nylon string, like a student model guitar is great. if it stays in tune, if the intonation's decent. That's what I would always suggest for my students, because it's just, number one, a nylon string guitar sounds real nice. It's nice and mellow sounding, but so much easier to play, right? Okay. Okay, you play some awesome guitars that I can't afford. Could you suggest a good, inexpensive Tele or T-type guitar? Yeah, I would say go with obviously a Fender Tele, and they have many different models. So if you go to, you know, Guitar Center or something like that, you know, a newer one's going to be more affordable. And if you just look for ones that are like, say, $400 or more, like don't get the $200 Teles. You can, and you're going to get the most bang for the buck out of those, but there's going to be some things about them that you're probably not going to like, and you're going to want to upgrade a few years later. So you might as well just spend the money, a little bit of money up front. If you can't afford a $400 guitar, there are $200 Teles out there that are made by Fender. They're a little bit cheaper made, right? Oh, Mike just said right there, we'll be sending out that platinum code this week. Okay, so if you're a UGS Pro member, you want to get into platinum, we'll be sending out that code this week, okay? But Gary, yeah, going back to your comment there are $200 Teles out there, and I've owned them, okay? Yes, we do have UGS Pro at $19.99 a month. That is a monthly membership, obviously every month. So, but we want to make it to where, we wanted to make this to where it's just kind of dummy proof. I mean, if you think about it, $377 today, that's $308 off. Like if you were in the program for, was that 20? I mean, you would have to be in the program for about a year and a half, not even. And that you would have already paid for itself by getting in for the lifetime membership. And you wouldn't have to pay anything ever again. Make sense? Real question is lunch or dinner. There's my knees hurt. He's always making me hungry. Talking about burritos and whatnot. Hey, Eric, do you keep yourself fit? I do, Leslie. I've got a trampoline that I jump on like all the time. Almost after every meal, I jump for about 20 minutes. I walk on the beach, usually for an hour every day. I do yoga and I do weights. I'm trying to push more though, get into more weights, because just lately I haven't been doing it as much, just enough to kind of take the edge off, but I need to be doing it more, I really do. Ah, thank you so much, Sam, so kind. You guys make me feel good. Thank you, Marine Mama. Very much appreciate that. Yeah, indeed, Joseph. Most songs are listed as beginner at chord and lyric sites, and most are played with simple chords. 4 chords, thousands of songs can be played, even just 3 chords. Exactly. I say millions of songs, so there's millions of songs out there, and they literally can be played with 3 or 4 chords. Absolutely. My bass strings are rusting on my acoustic guitar. They run really smooth, but should I replace them? I wouldn't, because I replace my nylon strings when they start fraying, right? The outside, the core is nylon, and they have steel on the outside of the bass strings, and those will start coming off, and then you get a weird sound. That's when I change them, because man, changing the strings on a nylon string guitar, not fun. Not fun at all. It takes a long time to get them in tune. Oh, we have one more winner. Thank you, Mike, for that. Yes, we have one more winner. And so here's the deal, okay? Here's the winner. Mike picked this winner. My friend, this is the winner. It's Bill Keach. Bill Keach, okay? Bill Keach. I'm going to put this in the comments. And Bill, we will reach out to you. This is someone who posted about it, Bill Keach. And friend, you get to pick a course that's, you know, basically any course in our store that's say like $100 or less, which is basically any course that's in there. So we got a brand new lead course, we got a rhythm course, you know, blues, so much fun stuff in there. So just look around in there, my friend, because you get to have that, okay? All right. All right. I'm back on the question train here. Oh, thank you so much, guys. Yes, our COVID community, we had a blast. Yeah, we were in here every day, weren't we? Oh, yes. I heard you say that everyone get that for free today. Please say again, what's the free today? All right, so it's right here. If you go to, here you go, friend. If you go to your PDF, whoa, I hate when it does that. Okay, if you go to your PDF, right? The one you can get, the description of the video, you're going to see a link. Click that, the PDF. There are December deals. Here's YGS Standard. That's what you would get for free, okay? So you want that? You do want that because it will absolutely, it's a game changer, man, okay? It's a game changer. There's a reason I created it that way. There's a reason it's step-by-step, just the whole 9 yards, okay? Super chat. Oh, thank you so much, Stafford. So kind of you, my friend. So kind. Ah, Ken, thank you, my friend. Ken just won something too, I remember. Jen is saying, when I try the bar chords, inevitably, there's always one string that thugs. How do I keep it from happening or get better at for bar chords? Jen, if you're in the course, just search on bar chords. Otherwise, search on YouTube, if you're just looking for a video, search YourGuitarSage and say chords, because I'm not sure exactly what the name of it was, but there is one that basically speaks about that, specifically thudding, you know, muting notes. Okay. YourGuitarSage program is well worth the price and at a discount. It's a no-brainer. Folks, thank you so much, Bainsley. I appreciate that, friend. YourGuitarSage Pro, David's saying, yes. Okay, yeah, we talked about the cage system in there, by the way. I saw someone asking about that. Can you suggest a good course for mandolin? I can, I don't know of any, I'm sorry. I don't know any off the top of my head. Can you still build calluses on the ukulele? Yeah, a little bit. Well, that wasn't a question. Sorry, just a statement, okay? Ah, beautiful. Thank you, my UGS Pro folks, stepping up, letting folks know, because what would make this program better than one-on-one lessons? Take lessons, but I'm considering switching it up. Here's what makes it better than one-on-one lessons. I've taught one-on-one lessons for decades, and I wanted to create something. See, you got to understand, I had a bunch of students, and I had to slowly get rid of them. First, I started with the ones that I didn't feel that were practicing as much, and then I kept raising my prices because I really wanted to reach a lot more people, and that was the only way I could get rid of people because they just kept staying, which was kind and everything, but like eventually I just had to go, guys, I'm not teaching anymore. And so I grandfathered them in, I gave them my course because I'm like, I love them and I want them to get in, and I want them to keep learning. And so I just let them have the course. But you got to understand that they were step-by-step students, so I needed to make it seamless for them, and I did. And so basically, Swarf, you know, what makes this better than one-on-one lessons, I won't even say better than one-on-one lessons, but yes, in many ways. Better because it's way more affordable. You have over 1,000 lessons in here, okay? I taught one-on-one lessons, and one-on-one lessons with me at $300 an hour, I'd be $300,000 for the 1,000 lessons that I have in here, okay? So that's why it's so affordable, because obviously when you do it online, you can bring the price down because you have more people buying it. So that's what does it. And I also teach 3 one-hour lessons with you inside of UGS Pro. So literally like we're sitting right here, except there's not nearly as many people. You know, we don't have 300 something people like we had earlier, okay? We just have a handful of folks, and we're getting all of our questions answered. We're deep diving. It's amazing, okay? Okay, Anthony is saying, Why can you play major or minor versions of scales of the key you are in? Key G, you can play G major and G minor. I don't understand the question, my friend. You can play any scales you want. Is it going to sound good over the music? Nope, probably not. It's probably going to only sound good in major or minor. The exception to that is blues, which mixes major and minor, and that's what gives it that sound. Okay. Thank you, Rocky. So kind of you, friend. Okay. John is thinking about getting either half round or full wound strings on my new electric, leaning towards jazz sound. I have a Fender acoustic treatment, but also leaning. You could. I'd say if you want that jazzy sound, that'd be the way to go. Yeah, you said the right words there, man. I'm a UGS Pro subscriber. If anyone is on the fence to subscribe, make the plunge. The mannerism and method in learning is so simple and intuitive. Do it, do it. Oh, thank you, Ronnie. Very kind, yes. Yeah, our folks, I'm telling you, friends, our folks inside of UGS, what we call our UGS crew, they're obsessed, and I love it. It makes me so happy because I've spent a lot of energy and a lot of time creating such a thing, and my heart would be broken if people hated it or something. But they're very, very sold out, which I really appreciate. I've seen something for humidify your guitar. Is that necessary? This is, yeah, these are awesome, by the way. This one's a Zager, but they're real nice, man, and you just soak the little sponge inside, and it's a different kind of sponge too. And then you take this little guy and you put it right here in the sound hole, and it doesn't mess anything up. And then it also makes your guitar a lot quieter. So if you wanted to practice it, it fits in there snug as a bug in a rug, and now it's much quieter. So if I wanted to play it at night, that's what I would do. And so that's great because it traps the moisture inside of the guitar. The rest of the guitar doesn't need it because it's sealed with lacquers and stuff like that, so it doesn't need anything. But inside the guitar, it's raw, and so you definitely want to be using something like that, okay? Depending on your climate, of course. I've had my SJ200, my Gibson, it's a $4,000 or $5,000 guitar, split right down the middle because I didn't have one of these. Right there. Broke my heart. Broke my heart. I got it repaired twice, but it's still, still kind of split. Can't see it very well, but okay. Good. What do you recommend for arthritis of the little finger? Well, cutting down on inflammatory foods is helpful. And you also don't need to use the finger. If you want to skip over that finger, you definitely can do it, Is there an app or another one-click access to UGS Pro course and other courses I have purchased? Yeah, there is an app. I'll see if Mike's still on. I'll see if he can't point you towards it. But basically, the app is a Kajabi app, Kajabi. That's the platform that we're on. So if you have other courses on that platform, they would show up there as well. And then you literally download the app, and then you have access to it on your phone. That being said, you don't need it because the whole thing is web ready, okay? Make sense? It's web ready. So we specifically created the course so that you can just pull it up in the browser and you're set and go, and everything works perfectly there, okay? Listen to this, friends. Very important. If you are not in UGS Standard, listen what Teresa said here. After playing guitar for nearly 50 years, I learned so much from UGS Standard. That's the free course I'm giving you today, friends. Over 50 videos. So, when you hear somebody say, hey, I got this free thing for you, it always seems like a scam. It's because it usually is, because there's who gives free stuff away? I do. I've been doing it all month, and I've done it my whole life. Because sometimes that happens, right? So, and in this case, UGS Standard is legit. There's no tricks to it. It's step by step. You get the PDFs, you get everything, and it is an absolute game changer. You saw the people with the thumbs up at the beginning here. So many of these folks started in UGS Standard. It's a game changer, okay? So thank you so much for letting me know that, Teresa. That's very kind of you. Okay, does an upgrade from Platinum create any time limitation? I currently have the UGS Pro lifetime subscription. Would an upgrade to Platinum be lifetime as well? Yes, it would be. Not only is it lifetime, you get everything else that comes out from here on out. Like literally everything goes in there. So like I create these 80 lesson courses and what have you, 5 hours long, whatever. Those are going to go in there, okay? Okay, Kelly, that's a great question. Looking to purchase Pro, is Standard a prequel, or is that the info in Standard included in Pro? It's included in Pro. It's basically the beginner section of Pro, okay? So if you want to check out Standard, you can. Either way, Kelly, again, 60-day money-back guarantee. You would get 100% of your money back. If you want to take advantage and not miss the sale, then I would say get Pro. But yes, so if you are in Standard and then you go to Pro, Standard is the beginner section of UGS. I should say it's the bulk of the beginner section. There is some other stuff that's in the beginner section, I'm pretty sure, that's not in UGS Standard. In fact, I'm almost 99% sure about that. So there's still some other stuff in there, but it gets you rolling on it, if you will, okay? Eric, where can I rewatch the Happiness, Hope, and Practices video again? I went to my junk mail and it was accidentally erased. I'll see if Mike can't post that. Otherwise, you might be able to search Happiness, Hope, and Practice. I'm not sure. I think that might have been a private link that we did on that. Or yeah, I think that might have been a private link. If somebody has that one, if you can grab the link and post it into the thread, that would be awesome. Thank you, friends. Okay, will there be a monthly Platinum price? I just re-signed up for the Pro. Pro is rad, by the way. Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much, Sam. We were talking about doing a monthly price, but I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense to do that. I just don't know if it makes sense. So no, we don't have it right now for sure. Okay. Could you send me the link to be able to send you a message on information not pertaining to this present conversation? I hope that gets through. Larry, hit me up on Instagram, or you can email me at eric@YourGuitarSage.com. But Instagram's a great place to do it. In fact, Instagram is a better place to do it. You can get in touch with me much quicker there, and I can leave you a voice message and all that stuff. Okay, do you do your own setups on the guitar? If so, would you consider creating a course on how to? Friend, I have that course inside of UGS Pro. Okay, so it talks all about frets, talks about intonation, talks about height, and just the whole 9 yards. So I have a course on it already. Do I set my own guitars up? No, not unless I just have to. I'd rather a pro do it, and I have Greg Ellis do that. That being said, I did set the intonation and lower the strings on this one just because I got it out of the box, and I'm like, this is a beautiful guitar, but it plays a little high and the intonation was off. So I did have to do that. That took me, you know, longer than it probably should have. Took maybe like half hour or so. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. You do definitely have the passion to play. Private lessons today are so ridiculously priced high. Online lessons you get way more value. It's true. You really do. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to create something where, you know, look, I love online because you get so much for it. The problem with online is you get what you get, and if you got a question, you're kind of stuck. So with my, you know, and my friends that are in this space, right? So I know like a lot of the instructors, obviously, you've seen me hang out with them and what have you. They think it's crazy that I have questions inside my program that you can answer, but I do it because, and I've literally answered hundreds of thousands of comments at this point, right? Which is the part why they say I'm crazy, but I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with helping students. So to me, it's right in alignment with what I want to do. So you can ask me questions inside the program all the time, even in standard, you can ask questions. And so I look at those questions every day, I answer those questions every day, and then the 3 live broadcasts that I do throughout the month are just gravy because you get to get questions answered in real time, and they massively just, you know, you get to, you know, if you're like, Eric, explain the cage system to me. Okay, well, I got videos on it, I got a course for it, but here it is in a nutshell. What questions do you have? And boom, you got it. So it's basically the best of all worlds, but you still get it. I mean, 3 hours, look, I charge $300 an hour for a one-on-one lesson. I know that sounds crazy, but I get it and I do it, and I charge that much for it just because I can't reach more than one person at a time, and I don't love that idea. So so there's that. But if I can reach several people, that's awesome. And so basically, it's like a one-on-one lesson, because you can ask as many questions as you want, and I do it 3 times a month. So all right, good. Okay, I'm halfway through UGS Pro yearly. How do I take advantage of the sale on UGS Pro Lifetime now? Wendy, that's a great question. If you do that, I'll see if Mike can answer that one. He might have already, but basically we would just make sure that you're not being charged anymore. Obviously, that's kind of an otter duck. So not an otter duck, but an odd. It's more odd. It's a more odd duck. Okay, but we can convert you to Pro to where you just get it now and then you're done. But reach out to me, Eric at YourGuitarSage.com, or support at YourGuitarSage.com. And or if Mike's on here still, he may be able to get you in touch with that, to what we need to do. Okay. Leslie's saying, Eric, do you have a signature guitar? I don't. I mean, I have a custom guitar, but I don't have a signature guitar. I've been talking about it. Yeah, I don't have one right now. Okay. With Pro, you also get the 3X monthly lessons. Exactly. Sold to the lady in the second row. Thank you so much, Kelly. Yay. Well, say hello when you get in there, okay? Well, I love doing these broadcasts because I always see fresh faces, and you have a beautiful fresh face, Kelly, and so glad that you're going to be in the program. So please hit us up. I love seeing new names and new folks coming in there, and we have a great community. People are so supportive. You also get chat support, yes. So yay, Kelly, beautiful, all right, yay. The live studio audience. Does the Zager humidifier need distilled water? You know, they all say put distilled water in there, but I have a good system here, so I just put RO water, reverse osmosis water, in it. But the reason they want you to do that is you may be in some place that has lots of calcium in the water and what have you, and it probably over some time is not good for the sponge. But yeah, they suggest distilled water. Okay. What's the difference between a Udemy course and versus the Pro? They pale in comparison. The Udemy course, I have a course on Udemy. It's literally the #1 course on the internet because we have so many people in it. That being said, it's a fraction. It's about a quarter, not even a quarter. Yeah, it's about a quarter of the lessons that are in UGS Pro /365 guitar plan. So the beginner part of it, beginner intermediate part of it is similar, but they're older videos. You don't have nearly as many videos that are in UGS Pro. Okay, that's something I did a long time ago, years ago. It's a great course, obviously, because it's #1. We have so many folks in there. It's the #1 course on the internet as far as guitar. We have more people in there than any teacher has in any course, at least as far as guitar. As far as I know. I'm open to correction, but I don't know of anybody that has anything close to that. So it's a great course, but that being said, it pales in comparison to UGS Pro. So Will, what I would say is get in Pro at the price that it is right now. If you don't like it, try it out for 60 days. Say, Eric, I don't like it. I don't need it. I'll give you your money back. It's not going to happen, but should it happen, I'll be there for you, okay? Okay, thought about monthly. For some, it's better to pay monthly because they don't have the money to the whole Pro at once. Yes, I know. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know if we're going to do that. Okay, I don't know. Thank you, James. Eric does not lie. If you're a pro and ask a question, you get an answer. Unreal. Thank you so much, James. Very kind. Yeah, we'll take care of you there. Thank you so much, Mike, for posting that. Thank you. Thank you. Yay, Frank. Eric, thanks for this session. I'm committed to play a lot more in 24. Me too, man. I'm planning on playing more and more, especially with this new Zager. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm going to let you know about this one too soon. Soon. Have I ever tried a G&L guitar? Yes, I have. I can't say one way or another about them because it's been a long time, but I have played them, okay? Thank you so much, Ken. You're the best. I so appreciate it. Ken is one of our folks who's been with us for a while now, man, and he's a great guy and has been with us a lot. Thanks for all the thumbs up, all the love, their hearts, and there's one little laughing face there and all sorts of stuff. We've had a great turnout today. 153 of you still here, committed folks. Man, thank you so much for this, guys. I mean, I could keep going on and on. I mean, we did get to the end of our questions, which is awesome. But let me just, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to review here real quick. If you haven't done so, download the PDF. Check out the deals that we've got there, right? Check out the December deals and make sure you get in that and make sure you get in UGS Standard. Those are two really important things, okay? You gotta at least get started in Standard, okay? And if you don't buy anything from me, that's okay too. I'm here to help. I'm very passionate about this, but it would be foolish for me to not create other systems and what have you and make this a life thing that I do because I love it so much and it's so fun that I want to help other people, right? So hence the UGS Standard or UGS Pro and YGS Platinum and this, that, and the other thing, okay? So, so definitely get in there. If you need any questions once you're inside of the program, I'm obviously there for you. Live broadcasts. In fact, we need to do one. In fact, I'm going to send an email out. I'm going to talk to Mike because we need to be doing 3. So folks, if you want 3 lessons from me before the end of the year to help with your playing, along with the courses and everything else that's in Pro, or if you want to go Platinum, we would welcome that. It's really the big way to go. Then I'll be going live with you 3 times yet before the end of the year. So I need to talk to Mike about that because obviously we're coming up on Christmas and I'm going to be going out of town at some point. But it may be sooner than later. So in fact, yeah, it's going to definitely be sooner than later. It'll be before Christmas, maybe around the 22nd or 21st. Well, I'm going to ask Mike about that because if we need to do that, we need to send an email out like pronto. So that being said, if you want to get in, if you wait a week, you're going to miss that. If you get in earlier, then you will have access to that. I mean, obviously, you can catch 3 more in January, but if you're looking for December, you'll want to get in sooner than later, okay? My friends, Tristine, no, you don't need a humidifier for the electrics. Just don't need them, right? Because they're closed off. They're sealed up. Okay. There you go. Anything else? I think that's it. Get in there now, my friends. It's the most affordable that we've had UGS Pro in over 3 years. So you get instantly $308 off. And if you want to go from UGS Pro to Platinum, you can do it, right? You can do it. You could even do what we're talking about right now. You could get Pro and then go around and get the other, you know. Kind of cheating the system a little bit, but that's okay. I'm okay with it. All right. So actually, no, it would be more affordable for you to just do the $200 off now that I say that, right? Yeah, it would be. It would be cheaper to do that. Okay. Sorry, we must have thought that one out already. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Love you guys. You guys rule. Here's the end bit here. I'm out of here. See you inside the program.